Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic touches on what often leaves many men uncertain and even a little discouraged. How to tell if a woman likes you. Unlike the movies where affection is boldly declared and grand gestures happen in every scene, real life is much more subtle, especially regarding how women show interest. Most women aren't deliberately mysterious. Many genuinely believe they're being clear when they drop hints or express affection through quiet actions. The challenge is that these cues often fly under the radar, easily overlooked, misread, or simply not recognized for what they are. In this video, we will walk through 6 behaviors women typically display only when genuinely interested in someone. These aren't just random habits. They're meaningful, intentional, and rooted in a desire to connect. From making time for you to opening up emotionally, these signs reflect far more than casual curiosity. If you've ever asked, "Does she like me, or is she just being friendly?" this video will help clarify. Stick around until the end because understanding these small but significant behaviors could completely change how you navigate connection, dating, and emotional intimacy. Let's get started. Number 1. She makes an extra effort to look good around you. A quiet but powerful signal often goes unnoticed by men who haven't learned to read it. It happens before a word is spoken, a hand is touched, or a message is sent. It starts in the mirror. When a woman is drawn to you, and you've made your way into her thoughts without needing to ask for space, there's a subtle but undeniable shift in how she shows up, especially when she knows she'll be around you. It's not about vanity, it's about presence. She starts thinking about what she wears, not to hide who she is, but to highlight what makes her feel most like herself. She picks colors that reflect, confident silhouettes that complement her figure textures and invite attention. Her choices aren't random, they're intentional, not necessarily extravagant, but undeniably deliberate. That shirt catches the light just right. The scent lingers a little longer when she leans in. The small details, freshly painted nails, her favorite perfume, a careful sweep of eyeliner, all speak a language she hopes you can understand. These efforts are personal, not performative. She's not trying to become someone else. She's becoming more of who she already is when she feels seen. That version of herself is bolder, more alive, and more certain. It's not just about what you see. It's about how she feels when she imagines you seeing her. Pay attention to the little moments. She runs her fingers through her hair when she's talking to you. The way she smooths her clothes before she walks into the room. She glances into a mirror when she thinks no one's looking. These aren't coincidences, they're instincts. In the world of attraction, these small gestures carry weight. They're her way of tuning into herself so you can notice her. The most telling part isn't even in the preparation. It's in the exclusivity of the effort. You'll notice she doesn't do this with everyone. Her attention to appearance, her playful awareness of your gaze, her silent conversations with her reflection. They're reserved. Not everyone gets that version of her. And that's the point. The energy she invests directly reflects what she feels for you. When a woman values a man's opinion, when she wants to feel desired by him specifically, she doesn't wait for the moment to be perfect. She creates it with intention. But at the heart of it all is something even more important than style or detail: confidence. When a woman dresses up for someone she's interested in, it's not just for him. It's for her sense of value. It's the way she steps into a room knowing she's claimed her space. The attraction begins with how you make her feel about herself, and her response to that emotion is to rise, not to impress you, but to meet you. Because in her eyes, you're worth the effort, and she hopes in yours she is too. Number 2. She shares her quirks or vulnerability. There is a quiet turning point in a woman's connection with a man that doesn't come with fanfare or dramatic confessions. It happens in moments that seem small on the surface but carry emotional weight beneath them. It's when she lets you see the parts of herself that most people never get close enough to notice. Not because she needs to impress you, but because she feels safe enough to be real. She tells you about the odd childhood habit she still secretly has. She admits she talks to her plants when no one's around, or sleeps with a light on when she's anxious. She might laugh as she shares it, but there's a deeper layer underneath the humor. What she's saying is, "This is me. Not the polished version, just me. Will you still stay?" When a woman opens up this way, it's never accidental. It's not filler for conversation, it's a signal. Women are selective with their vulnerability, not because they're cold, but because they're careful. They've learned from experience that not everyone knows what to do with truth. So when she shows you her quirks, insecurities, and moments of doubt, she's testing something. She's testing you. Not to trap you, but to measure your capacity for depth. She may talk about how she feels uncertain at work, or how social settings sometimes drain her. She may lower her guard just enough to admit that, despite appearances, she struggles with confidence more than people realize. These are not rehearsed lines. They're glimpses into the emotional core that she usually keeps guarded. It's a sign of trust, and it's fragile. She's also watching how you respond when she lets you in. Do you listen without judgment? Do you dismiss her discomfort? Or do you sit with it gently? Do you try to fix it too quickly, or just hold space for it? These moments shape how deeply she'll let the connection grow. She's not just sharing to be heard, she's sharing to be understood. This kind of vulnerability isn't a demand for reassurance. It's an invitation to honesty. And more often than not, it's also a cue. She hopes you'll share yours if she lets you see her truth. Not just the confident parts, but the real ones. The stories you've buried, the doubts you carry, the dreams that still scare you. When both people bring their authentic selves into the space between them, what forms isn't just attraction, but emotional resonance. These little moments matter so much more than they seem to. She does not seek validation when she tells you about her flaws or fears. She's seeking connection, and if you meet her openness with you, something rare begins to form. Something built not on performance or perfection, but on presence. There's a quiet wisdom in this kind of exchange. The strongest bond begins where both people stop pretending. So if she lets you see her, don't miss the significance. That's not just conversation. That's trust unfolding in real time. Number 3, she remembers small details about you. When a woman truly cares, she listens in a way that goes deeper than the words you say. She doesn't just nod along to be polite. She hears you. She notices how you talk about your day and how your voice changes when you speak about something that matters, such as the slight shifts in energy when you're carrying something heavy but don't want to say it out loud. And later, sometimes, when you least expect it, she brings those pieces of you back. She remembers the coffee order you casually mentioned once in passing, or that you hate mornings but still show up anyway, She asks about your brother's job interview weeks later, or sends a message the night before your big presentation wishing you luck. It may not seem like much, but those small moments carry weight because they aren't random. They're signs of quiet intention. It means she was present when you spoke, and it mattered enough to stay in her mind. Her attention feels clear in a world where so many conversations are just noise. And it's not just about thoughtfulness, it's about investment. When someone makes space in their memory for the things you care about, they're making space in their heart too. You become more than a name on their screen or a voice on the phone. You become someone they're building a real connection with, one detail at a time. These aren't grand romantic gestures wrapped in dramatic flair. They're simple, they're quiet, and often they're precisely what makes them unforgettable. It's easy to give gifts or plan dates, but remember that you mentioned your dad's birthday is coming up, or that you've been struggling with sleep lately. That's different. That's intimacy built in the small, unnoticed corners of conversation. And if you've ever been on the receiving end of that kind of attention, you'll know how rare it feels. Because it tells you something powerful without needing to be said. I see you, I hear you. What matters to you matters to me. And that level of presence can do more for a man's heart than any perfectly timed compliment or carefully planned surprise. So take note if she remembers the small things, the details you forgot you even shared. It's not just memory, it's care, it's a connection. It's her way of telling you that you're not just part of her day, you're part of her emotional world. Number 4, she takes an interest in things you're passionate about. You can often tell how much a woman values you by what she chooses to care about. It's not always in the grand gestures or declarations, but in the small moments when she leans into your world, asking about things that light you up, even if they don't naturally spark her interest. When a woman genuinely likes you, she doesn't have to love what you love, but she will want to understand why you love it. That quiet but meaningful curiosity opens the door to a deeper connection. If your eyes light up when you talk about a particular team, she'll ask about their record or why you've followed them since you were a kid. She might not know the game yet, but she'll pay attention because she knows it matters to you. If you're a writer, a designer, or someone who spends hours immersed in your craft, she won't just nod politely, she'll want to see your work, maybe even ask what inspired a particular idea or how you knew when something was finished. These aren't empty gestures, they're emotional invitations. She doesn't have to become a fan of the same things, but becomes a student of your passions. Not because she's trying to impress you, but because she's trying to know you. Interest in your hobbies becomes a bridge to emotional intimacy. It tells you she's not just watching your life from the outside, she wants to sit in it with you, even if it's just for a little while. Even if she doesn't fully get it, the point isn't mastery, it's presence. That's what a lot of men miss. When she asks about your early mornings at the gym or listens as you explain the thrill of capturing the perfect shot in photography, or why you care so much about a side project you've been working on for months, she's not just filling the silence, she's signaling care. In the same way she'd talk about her family, fears, or dreams, she's asking for access to your inner world, and in doing so, she's saying, I want to know you beyond what's obvious. This kind of emotional curiosity doesn't come from obligation, it comes from investment. She prioritizes what you love, not because she needs it to love you, but because she understands that what you love is a part of you. That's the kind of effort that doesn't fade easily, and when it's real, it makes you feel more seen than any compliment ever could. The old saying goes, if she's interested in you, she's interested in what moves you. Not because she wants to become a mirror of your life, but because she wants to be close to the parts of you that most people overlook. And in that closeness, something rare grows. A quiet trust that she's not here to change you, but to understand you. 5. She initiates physical contact. In a world where words can be chosen and rehearsed, even misleading touch rarely lies. When a woman reaches out first, it isn't random. It's often one of the most straightforward, yet understated ways she signals interest, affection, and emotional safety. These gestures are subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but for the man who pays attention, they reveal volumes about how she truly feels. She may lightly brush your arm when she laughs, or rests her hand on your shoulder as she talks. These aren't grand displays, but micro moments of connection that carry emotional weight. The key isn't the intensity of the touch, but its timing. It happens when she feels relaxed, when the guard drops, and the moment feels natural. These gestures aren't scripted. They emerge from a genuine desire to be close to you, even if words haven't caught up yet. Some touches feel playful, like a nudge during a joke, or a gentle tap on the chest in mock protest. Others are quieter and more intentional, like choosing to sit beside you when there's plenty of space elsewhere, or allowing her hand to linger just a second longer than it needs to. It's not about seduction. It's about signaling comfort. For many women, comfort is the first sign of trust. Physical contact is one of the oldest languages of connection. Long before she says, "I like you," her body may say it in a dozen soft ways. That small pat on the back when you do something kind, the quick touch on your hand when speaking honestly, or the casual lean-in during a moment of silence, are all breadcrumbs leading toward emotional closeness. They suggest she's not just present, but attuned and open. The deeper psychology behind this is simple. Touch is a bridge for many women, a way to feel understood without having to explain, a moment where intimacy can begin to form without needing to be declared. When she initiates that touch, she tests the waters of connection not with calculation but instinct. She's asking without asking, "Can I feel safe here? Will you notice me? Do you feel this too?" And that's what makes it powerful. When a woman touches you without a reason, she's telling you something her words may not yet be ready to say. It's not always romantic, it's not always intentional, but it's always honest. Pay attention to the moments between the words, because that's where her most actual feelings often live. Number 6. She prioritizes spending time with you. When a woman likes you, she doesn't just wait for the perfect moment to spend time together. She makes those moments happen. Time, in her eyes, becomes a currency of affection. It's not about simply fitting you in between other commitments. It's about prioritizing you despite the busyness of her life. You'll notice this shift when she makes an effort not just to meet, but to carve out shared experiences. These moments are not forced, but thoughtfully created. It could be as simple as grabbing coffee during lunch or catching a movie, even when her calendar is full. No matter how packed her schedule, she will adjust and make room for you, because she values your presence. This act of creating time isn't random, it's intentional. An interested woman will want to be part of your world and take the necessary steps to ensure that happens. She won't leave everything to you. She'll suggest plans, throw out ideas for dates, and even bring up activities she enjoys, offering them as a way to share an experience with you. It's not about the grand gestures but the small moments she intentionally chooses to be with you. She no longer guards or keeps her time to herself. She shares willingly and eagerly. More than just showing up, she takes the initiative. While men often take the lead in planning dates, women who are emotionally invested will begin to initiate their plans. They'll reach out to set up activities, invite you to social gatherings, or suggest simple hangouts when they have free time. This shift is decisive because it shows that she's not just letting the relationship unfold, she's actively nurturing it. When a woman takes charge of making plans, it signals that she's emotionally available and invested in creating something deeper. She wants to be near you not because it's expected, but because she enjoys your company and values your time together. Initiating plans isn't just about logistics, it's about connection. The time you share becomes a building block for something more meaningful. It's not just about being around each other. It's about creating moments that will stay with both of you. Whether it's a casual evening out or something more intimate, the quality of the time spent matters more than the quantity. She will want to create an experience where you both feel a sense of closeness, a bond that only grows stronger with each interaction. As time passes, if she continues to make time for you, you'll see that it's more than just a desire to spend time together in the moment. It's her way of showing that she's looking at the long term. A woman who prioritizes time with you isn't looking for something temporary or fleeting. She's considering a future where you both fit into each other's lives meaningfully. How she gives you her time says more about her intentions than anything else. When she starts taking the lead in planning activities, showing up when it matters and continuing to make space for you, it's clear that she's emotionally invested in building something lasting. At this core is a fundamental truth. Time is one of the most valuable gifts anyone can give. In a world where everyone is busy, offering your time to someone means prioritizing them above all else. If she continues to show up for you, time and again, it's because she sees something in you that she wants to nurture. Her time is limited, just like anyone's, and how she spends it reflects what truly matters to her. When a woman consistently chooses to be around you or reaches out to spend time together, even when inconvenient, you don't need to ask how she feels. Her actions already tell you. Her time is her most precious asset. If she gives it to you, she shows you that you matter. That kind of love isn't fleeting. It's the foundation of something deeper and more lasting. Time becomes the language she uses to express her affection, a language that speaks louder than any words ever could. Conclusion. Understanding the subtle ways a woman expresses interest can feel like decoding a quiet language, but once you learn to notice these signs, her effort to look her best around you, her willingness to share her vulnerabilities, the way she remembers your most minor details, shows genuine curiosity about your passions, initiates light touches, or makes time just to be near you, you begin to see that genuine interest doesn't always come with loud declarations. It often arrives in soft gestures, thoughtful moments, and consistent presence. These actions aren't accidental. They reflect emotional investment and a desire to connect beyond surface-level attraction. But it's important to remember that while these signals can help guide your understanding, the clearest relationships grow through mutual clarity and open communication. Don't let confusion linger. If the signals are mixed or absent, it's often a sign to step back, not lean in. And for women watching, the reminder is gentle but firm. Being more direct about how you feel isn't a weakness. It's a strength that builds trust, saves time, and nurtures emotional honesty. If you've experienced these signs or have a story to share, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's continue learning from one another. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to explore more topics on connection, self-awareness, and building meaningful relationships.